What's going on, New York Giants fans? AGP back again from the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. Today, we will be doing two mock drafts, one from Pro Football Network, the other one from Draft Network. They have different rankings and different realities and stuff like that, different scouting reports. So we're going to go through both of them and obviously check it out. So if you guys haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn that notification button on so you get notified when a video drops or a live stream pops. Get to join the conversation. So anyway, let's get into this. We're going to do a 6 round of each. Obviously, we're going to be the Giants. So let's do some drafting. Obviously, you guys can see the options. Mac Jones at 3. I've seen a lot of that, especially from Daniel Jeremiah. No, don't tell me. Okay, Jamar Chase went to the Falcons, so that's going to be that. Okay, so I'm not trading. I think that would be stupid. No. Okay. So let's talk about reality here. Rashawn Slater, probably going to end up selecting him as just a spoiler. Kyle Pitts, he's probably not going to be there because the Panthers in this situation probably, in my opinion, are obviously not taking a quarterback, and they need an offensive weapon, most likely at tight end, because Greg Olson's been gone for a couple of years now, and they don't really have that dynamic, piece as a tight end. Wide receiver, they got Robbie Anderson, they got DJ Moore. I think they're fine there. So, Pitts, off the board for me, like he doesn't exist. J.C. Horn is an option for me because I'm still not satisfied. You call me picky and whatnot, but the Adoree Jackson signing, once again, he had a couple of mixed seasons in Tennessee, and I just really think that the contract was a little bit overblown. But we'll see with the future. But I don't know that I'm selecting J.C. Horn there. I know a lot of people rank him as the first best cornerback in this class. Obviously, Surtain went first with the Dallas Cowboys. So the options for the Giants here are probably Slater, Horn, Darisaw if they wanted, Michael Parsons, Azeez Ojulari. Probably the most fitting. But anyway, I'm going to take Rashawn Slater. Why? Because, he could play inside, and, with that, he played tackle in college. He was, one of those people who opted out of 2020. So that's going to be a challenge as to, the Giants doing some scouting, whether it's on Micah Parsons or Rizzo or whoever, because, they opted out. You have to look at the 2019 tape. So it's going to be interesting. But anyway, I'm going to be taking Slater because he can play both guard and tackle. Darisaw to the Eagles, that's, not really bad. It's fitting. Parsons to the Patriots kind of seems fitting. I don't understand why Pitts would go to the Vikings because it's kind of weird. Jamin Davis, again, why they have him so high, I don't know. It's probably because of his pro day. Caleb Farley to the Buffalo Bills. Why do I feel like that might happen? So we're almost there. And once again, I'm going to stay as realistic as possible. I'm not doing any trades. So, let's stay realistic within the confines. And I think I know who I'm selecting here. It's going to be a gamble. But you have Alex Leatherwood, the tackle from Alabama, who can play inside as well. You have Pat Freiermuth, who is the second best tight end in this class from Penn State. Jalen Phillips, he played, I believe it was UCLA. At first, he retired due to concussion protocol and concussions and, the history. Then he came back and went to Miami, had a good year this year. Then you got Kelvin Joseph, who I don't know much about. Wyatt Davis, not realistic because I feel like he's going to get taken in the late 20s, early 30s. Baron Browning, don't know much about. We don't need another safety. We don't need a running back that high. Jay Tufele is an option, but here, I'm going to go Jalen Phillips. He is an explosive player. And it's not like you're taking him at 11. The Giants can go best player available. And if his concussion history hits, Brett Coleman said this in one of his videos. If you draft scared, you're not drafting to win. And the Giants, in my opinion, it depends on their successes here. If they select Phillips and he does badly or he's out most of the year due to concussions or stuff like that, how does that hurt the team from what it is already now? If anything, it's an add if he's a good player. If he's, subtract, yeah, that's a second round pick. And, wasting a second round pick is never good. But in terms of that, we already have a great defensive coordinator. A potential cornerback 2 in Adoree Jackson. So adding that cornerback 2 kind of gives more time to the guys up front. So once again, I'm going to take that gamble with Jalen Phillips at 40. 42, really, because they ranked him at 40. But he could also go in the first round. That's kind of, something that's been flying around. Pat Freiermuth to the Cardinals fits. So does Jabril Cox to the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't see why Jalen Mayfield would drop this low, but I think a lot of people are getting excited about Tevin Jenkins. Radin's probably taking over for Costanzo. Shad Weaver, I guess, to add to the edge. Buffalo. Nick Bolton, again, I don't know why he's this low. Hunter Long to the Steelers, I could see, I guess. So we're not trading, once again. Leatherwood, I don't know why he's still here. Lee McNeil, I don't know why he's still here. Eichenberg, I don't know why he's still here. See, this is the problem with PFN. But anyway, we addressed interior offensive line with Rashawn Slater. We also addressed edge with Jalen Phillips. So here are a couple of options that the Giants could go. Obviously, I'm going to take out all the players, in my opinion, that will be gone by then. So we Spencer Brown is an option. Joe Tryon's an option if you want to go edge again. Dylan Moses is an option. Chaz Surratt, who I believe might still be on the board. I know a lot of people are clamoring for a cover linebacker. Yeah, he's still there. Spencer Brown, if I didn't mention him already. Amari Rodgers. And the thing with this is I want to take Rodgers just to add some depth to wide receiver core. And once again, I'm signaling him out, Rondale Moore, because, it's not realistic. I don't think he's falling to the third round. But you do have a good wide receiver class. It's not, an apparent need because, oh my God, you didn't sign Kenny Golladay. Well, yes, the Giants did. And, in this situation, I feel that they're good there. So if it's adding depth, it's adding an insurance piece, like if Slayton goes down or Shepard has another concussion. So it's honestly a toss-up for me between someone like Chaz Surratt and Amari Rodgers. But I've decided I'm going to do Chaz Surratt. Reason being that for coverage sakes, and you have a deep wide receiver class. So the next pick for the Giants is at 116. Obviously, you need another tackle/guard for the Raiders, who just traded the whole right side of their offensive line away. Steelers get another wide receiver. Run blocking for James Robinson, I guess. Deontay Brown. Let's see. Quincy Roche, probably replacing Aldon Smith in the long term. Tommy Tremble, guess replacing Ross Dwelly. Patrick Jones to LA. Interesting. But I could have sworn they run a 3-4 over there, so I don't know how that makes sense. Anyway, get to the Giants, and I really know who I'm going with here, but let's just review the options. You got Robert Rochelle out of Central Arkansas. We don't need another safety. Emir Smith-Marset, I don't know much about him from Iowa. Paulson Adebo, Caden Stearns, Kyle Trask, Marquez Stevenson. There's a couple options. Trask is not going to be an option, I promise you that. Gillespie is an underrated safety, but again, the Giants don't need a safety. So here I am going to go with Paulson Adebo out of Stanford. He's got some injury problems, but he is definitely worth the gamble, especially with a fourth-round pick, and I think it is realistic that he could fall to the fourth round. If I'm not mistaken, he opted out. Someone check that up for me, please. Okay, another corner. Kyle Trask to the Seahawks. I guess, just in case Russell Wilson gets traded, that'd be scary. Scary, I don't mean good. Another old lineman for the Raiders. That seems like they're all they're drafting. We don't have another pick till 196, so sit tight, everybody. Metric Felton, definitely a good weapon out of UCLA for the Jets. I feel like they're going to be one of those teams that doesn't have a significant one wide receiver. I think they'll just have, kind of... They don't have a good tight end, so they can't really fit the Patriots' offensive system. But, they have Corey Davis. They have Denzel Mims, and you get Felton. I guess that's another piece. But they're not number ones. Okay, so we're starting, and Elijah Mitchell got taken, which, kind of surprises me because they have him really ranked low. But it's someone I wanted. That's kind of a preview of what position I want to take, either at 196 or 201. So almost at our pick. Almost there. Sage Surratt, probably replacing a guy like Curtis Samuel. Anyway, we are at the Giants pick. And this is interesting because Trey McKitty's good. We already took corner, I believe, right? Paulson Adebo. I don't think we took a wide receiver. At least I don't think so. Because we had Sean Slater, we had Jalen Phillips, Chaz Surratt, Paulson Adebo. So you could go Imorta Benny, but I think he's going to be there at 2-1, which really screws up, or at least kind of shambles up what I want to take. And I think Jarrett Patterson is definitely an intriguing option. Trey McKitty's definitely an intriguing option. I'm going to say believe in Evan Ingram. And I'm going to take a running back. Javian Hawkins is also another good one. Let's go running back. Yeah, I'm going to end up taking Jarrett Patterson. 97, 98, 99. Okay. So here, let's look at some of the wide receivers. Cornell Powell. I don't think he'll drop this far, but you know what? I've been wrong before. It's Maureen Terry. He should have gone in the third, fourth round, so he's off the board for me. Imorta Benny or the other guy. I just literally lost his name. Yeah, it might just be Imorta Benny here. I'm not drafting a punter because I did that in one of the drafts and people got mad at me. But once again, let's take Imorta Benny, and I think this has been a good draft for the Giants. This will finish up, and then we're going to go to Draft Network. So let's see. Another developmental quarterback for the Colts. Maureen Terry to the Falcons. They selected Jamar Chase, so that's kind of there. Trey McKitty being a late round wannabe replacement for Jonnu Smith. Okay, so that is our draft. Rashawn Slater, Jalen Phillips, Chaz Surratt, Paulson Adebo, Jarrett Patterson, and Josh Imorta Benny. So you guys tell me in the premiere, and I'm obviously going to let this premiere because my premiere videos get more views than just videos that I just throw out there. But guys, tell me what you think of this mock draft. Rashawn Slater, Jalen Phillips, Surratt, Adebo, Patterson, and Imorta Benny. So now let's switch to the Draft Network one. So obviously we're going to take your Giants. Click next. 6 rounds. Start draft. Okay. So accurate so far. I've seen that Mac Jones crap. Penei Sewell to the Falcons. Maybe. Okay, so the options we got here. I don't know why Justin Fields and Trey Lance are still on the board. I mean, Lance, yeah, sure, but Justin Fields? And they have him ranked lower than Lance. That's really surprising me. So you could go Vera Tucker here. I went in a mock draft a couple of hours before this and kind of took Vera Tucker. But I'm like, should I, reach for him? There's not really a significant O-line piece here that I really am confident in other than Vera Tucker, which is kind of troubling to me. Devonta Smith definitely seems like an intriguing option for the Giants wide receiver core. It's not that I'm low on Smith because of his size, but, there's a deep wide receiver class. So it's pretty interesting to me. Horn also is an option. You're not taking a running back. So I'm going to go ahead and take another wide receiver, Devonta Smith. Draft him right here. Okay, so let's sit back and watch this. J.C. Horn. Yeah, I see another corner next to Darius Slay. Trey Lance to the Patriots. No one's surprised by that. Who took Justin Fields? Okay. I mean, they'll have like 4 different QBs on the roster, but that's okay. Travis Etienne to the Jets. See that. Caleb Farley. I mean, sure, the Steelers can kind of gamble on that because they let go of Steven Nelson. Tommy Tremble that high? The 3rd, 4th, 5th round. 5th round at least. Excuse me, 5th round at most. Okay, so for the Giants here, you do have a couple options, and I'm not going to take Nick Bolton. I'm sorry, Giants fans. I'm just not going to do that because that's not realistic. Landon Dickerson kind of catches my eye here, and that's the guy I might want to take. Creed Humphrey is also a good guard. I definitely don't think that it's not impossible that he will kind of slip up Wyatt Davis is not even on my board. He's not even in my vision right now. Listen, I like the guy, but it's not realistic. In my opinion, I think he's going to be taken late 20s, early 30s. So you have a couple of options here. Joe Tryon is definitely an option. If I scroll down with this, see what other prospects there are. No, I don't want to draft Moehrig. We already got enough safeties as it is. Joseph Asai still here. Let's see what else. Rizzo, I'm not taking him. If you guys hear that phone in the background, I apologize. I'm going to end up taking Landon Dickerson. And a lot of Giants fans will get mad at me for that one. But I feel like he does have a Giants connection. You know, he was pictured next to Eli, I think during training camp one year or at the stadium one year. That's not the reason why I picked him, though. Good offensive lineman, Alabama connection. He'll probably, meaning Joe Judge, get the intel from Nick Saban. And Creed Humphrey, again, I don't have a problem with him. It's just that, just a general thing across the league. He's a left-handed center. So most likely teams are going to end up moving him to guard. So we are into picks. All right, so good thing about Draft Network, sees, what you picked already and it crosses it off. So you do have wide receiver and interior O-line crossed off. So Tyson Campbell could be an option. I'm not really crazy on him. Chaz Surratt is definitely an option here. Fetu Melifonwu, that's not realistic because I really like him. I feel like he's one of the better corners, one of the most underrated corners in the draft. That's going to be first, second round. Tylan Wallace, don't know much about him. Eskridge is underrated from what I hear. I'm not going to take an interior defensive lineman, so I am going to go Chaz Surratt. The Senior Bowl kind of, tanked his draft stock, but it's the Senior Bowl. That's not actually rah-rah. You're not playing in the national championship game. So Shaun Wade, speaking of the national championship game, the Jets. Ben Cleveland to the Rams. I see that. Boston Adebo to the Browns. Same thing with Cam McGrone. Our next pick is 116. If you guys haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. Turn that notification button on so you guys get notified when a video drops or live stream pops. Appreciate all you guys. All 171 of us. Or 171 of you guys that have subscribed. So, interior O-line linebacker and wide receiver have been taken care of. So, a couple options here. Tyler Shelvin is definitely intriguing for me. Alim McNeil, again, I think it's going to be second, third round. I don't think he'll make it, in my opinion, this early. Or actually this late. Deo Odenigbo, definitely an intriguing option. We have not addressed the edge position yet. Hamilcar Rashed is definitely another one. So it's going to be interesting here. And honestly, though the last draft, I believe it was that I went Jalen Phillips, I think the Giants can kind of survive without an edge if Adoree Jackson is coached up to the best of his ability and, he could play a good second corner. I just think that, you can wait on an edge till later in the rounds. I mean, Carter's going to be good, in my opinion. You might have, like, Carter Coughlin play a little bit, Ryan Anderson. I really think those guys are underrated. But you can wait on an edge. So here, we got Denny Shelton. We re-signed Austin Johnson, but I'm going to take Tyler Shelvin here. I'm going to take Tyler Shelvin at LSU. Yeah. Okay, so Lee McNeil goes to the Vikings. That's going to be a nasty defensive line. It already is, even if you don't get that draft pick in. Tomlinson's there. Michael Pierce from the Ravens 2 years ago. I don't know who else they got. Patrick Jones. That seems like another... I don't know. I just feel like he's Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, I haven't done scouting like others have, but I don't know. I just get this feeling he's going to be Jadeveon Clowney. And a lot of people were talking at some point. I don't know when was it. I think it was around the time free agency finished up. Oh, we should get Jadeveon Clowney on a 1 year. Absolutely not. I'm not wasting a contract on him. I'd rather they waste a contract on me. I think I could play the edge and stay all 16 games. I'll be trash, but you know what? That's the fun. So, Daz Newsome, another wide receiver to the Colts. Puka Williams to the Raiders. How many running backs do you have to have? Kenyon Drake, Puka Williams, Josh Jacobs, Tommy Kramer to the interior O-line of the San Francisco 49ers. So he kind of gets a little bit real here. I wouldn't be surprised if Tamori and Terry's still on the board. So that's the end of round 5. We're in round 6. Giants have 2 picks left. As I said, I'd do this 6 rounds, not 7. So we addressed linebacker, wide receiver, interior line, and I think that's it. Is it? I feel like we addressed more than that. But anyway, definitely, I kind of want to take a running back with this pick, but I don't, because I do see one option on the board, and that's Shaka Toney. Other options could be Malcolm Kuntz and Wyatt Hubert. I don't know much about them, I'm going to be honest with you. Shade Surratt is still here. That's robbery, I'm sorry, but that's just, no, absolutely not. I'm going to take Shaka Toney here. I think that's a little bit more realistic, but it's realistic in my opinion, but it's not. So, okay, so we drafted edge, linebacker, interior line, and wide receiver. So I think whatever this way it goes, I think the Giants in this case have had a good draft. So I want to see what running backs they have. Because if Elijah Mitchell or any of those other guys are still on the board, yeah, still on the board. I'm going to take Elijah Mitchell. As I stated, I think it was in the last mock draft, familiarity with Rob Sale. He was the offensive coordinator with the Raging Cajuns. And he was the O-line coach. So, that's not a bad reason to take. I think Tyler Higbee was a free agent, if I'm not mistaken. So that's probably why they selected Noah Gray. Sam Ehlinger to the Saints. Back up behind famous Jameis. And the other guy, what's his name? Taysom Hill, the one who got the void contract. Okay, so obviously we're not going to go through 200 and some odd picks, though you guys can tell me what you guys think. Devonta Smith, Landon Dickerson, Chaz Surratt, Tyler Shelvin, Shaka Toney, and Elijah Mitchell. I think the Giants did well in this draft. If I'm going to be honest, I want to say they like the last one better. If I still have it up here, I think I do. Get to compare them. If you guys want to, in the comment section, I think this one was better. Slightly. In my opinion. I just think it was slightly better. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Guys, tell me your thoughts and comments. What I do right, what I do wrong in this mock draft. Appreciate the support. 171 subscribers. 29 away from 200. I'm going to be doing something April 18th or April 19th, depending on if I have plans that day. I think I'm going to go live for a podcast episode, which I actually haven't done in a while, because I basically said I don't really want to be on a routine. I want to release videos when I can, but it's going to be the 1-year anniversary of me being on YouTube and me being on like the podcast stuff and just being a content creator. And I'm going to explain my journey. I'm going to talk about the stuff that has happened in the last 12 months. So it's not just going to be, Giants. It's not going to be the generic Yankees. I mean, we could talk about that. I'm going to go live. And, I might let people on towards the bitter end. But as far as that goes, it's going to be a talk about the journey that I've had. And you guys obviously get to know more about me in that aspect. I really didn't talk about it on the episode with Max Webster. Guys, if you haven't already, check that out. He's a good content creator that does something different. But anyway, thank you guys. Expect a Yankee recap video for the series probably out tomorrow around 12 o'clock. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.